Cotney Attorneys and Consultants is dedicated to helping the construction industry with legal, business, and safety challenges. Welcome to this week's episode of Law Mortar with John Kenny and Trent Cotney.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to a new round of Law and Mortar. Again, I'm your host here, John Kenny, and today's special guest, I have Kelly Tanner. Kelly is our client engagement manager. I want to let everybody know that Trent is on the road, so we're doing a special edition today. He was up in Tennessee Association of Roofing Contractors last week, and he's currently up in Chicagoland this week at the Chicago Roofing Contractors Association. So I know if you're in the warm areas such as we are, you're enjoying the warm weather. I know Trent's probably not, since it's about 8 degrees. So that's a cold weather for us Floridians. So welcome to another episode. So today we're going to kind of take it a little bit different direction. We're going to talk about a little bit of client feedback and what we going on. And Kelly recently just got back here from visiting with Durn-Last at their national sales training meeting in up in Tennessee, Nashville, correct, Kelly?
Yeah, it was up in Nashville. We actually had some really cold weather too. It snowed for a little bit, but yeah, we just got back. It was really awesome getting to see some of our clients up there and meeting everybody. So it was a really good time.
Excellent. Why don't you give us a kind of a rundown of what you got to do up there? Did you see a lot of our clients? And
I did. I got to see quite a few of our clients. Finally got to do some in-person introductions. One of the best parts was probably the training competition. And so I definitely think that's something Cotney needs to get going in our training room, but getting everybody to see, getting everybody together to do the training competition was a lot of fun to see.
Yeah, I think I saw a little bit on the social media. It looks like they set up quite a few different mock-up areas where the different teams would go ahead and do it. It looked like they were judging them on quality, also speed and accuracy. Is that correct?
Yep, that's right. And it's actually kind of crazy. The companies who participate will actually practice beforehand before they come over to Tennessee. And so that way they're ready and on the ball for the competition. So it was awesome to see.
Wow, that's great. We're getting a couple other things. So, kind of on the law front, just to let y'all know, I'm kind of not a lawyer, not an attorney. That's what my partner does best, but I'm kind of going to give you a little heads up. There has been the most recent change out there has been on the status of independent contractors. It just changed here towards the end of December. I do recommend, if you follow Trent on social media, he's just recently posted it this week. He did an article on it. It's kind of following the California ABC rule. Very, very major changes. That's going to make it harder to be considered a qualified pure independent contractor. So if you're, as most people are in the construction industry, working with independent contractors, or you are one yourself and classified, I highly recommend that you go to Trent's social media and check it out. And at the end, if you don't have access to that, we'll give you the information how you can reach us, and we're happy to send you that link. So that's about the biggest for change, a little bit of happening. Other than that, on the national circuit, I see they have the talking about the Build Back America bill, the second half of it, which died out, but they're talking about breaking it into smaller parts. So from the contracting end, I'm sure you're going to see a lot more of that coming up. And I do see now the money from the original one that passed there at the end of the year is starting to be released for a lot of local projects, municipalities, for a lot of the horizontal construction and vertical construction going on. So keep an eye out there. If you're bidding on work, you're going to see some public release very soon of projects coming out, which is through schools, municipalities, and other aspects. So there's some things happening. I understand on the material front and the supply front, what I'm hearing out there is that the insulation's kind of stabilized a little bit. At least you're getting dates. It may be out there. I have heard rumblings that membrane is becoming an issue among different ones. And there's also things that are where they're being manufactured. We still have logistic problems. So it looks like we're still going to be facing this problem throughout 22 for quite a while. So that's a lot of the updates we got there for you. Of course, there's always more to come. A couple other things I wanted to bring Kelly in for. So Kelly, in her position, she deals with all our clients. I like to say around the world because she does. She has them in different continents, wherever our offices are at. So, different things we have besides regular law services. Of course, we have the subscription plan services in law, which is a great benefit for any contractor to limit, kind of puts a lawyer on retainer. You get a lot of services with it and at a lot of very reduced rate. So I want to talk to Kelly a little bit here in a minute about what she's hearing about that, how that, client feedback. And then we're going to jump into a little bit about our training. We're going to talk about that. So first, let's jump over, Kelly. What are you seeing out there, closing out 21, coming in 22 with our clients and, the subscription plan services that we have? How's the feedback coming in?
Yeah, so we actually have some great feedback on those subscription plans, just because they really allow you to forecast your legal spending and your budget looking into the next quarter or even the next year. So kind of just planning in advance your finances, as well as you're receiving so many unlimited services. You get to speak with pretty much any of our attorneys who specialize in a variety of different issues. So we really only have great things to say about our subscription plans. But yeah.
So, I mean, we're seeing what I know we've made some adjustments on them. There's some additional services. So what I'd like to do is tell our audience, any questions on that, Kelly, they can come right over to you, call you.
Absolutely.
Email.
Yep, we've got an email
Yep.
customer service at Cotney CL. Any questions, concerns, I'd be happy to speak with anybody. But really, it's kind of just making sure that your company is set up for success legally on the business side. That's really what we're here to try to help be a better business partner to you guys. And that's what our subscription plans are doing.
And also realize Kelly being on the client engagement side with her team, it doesn't matter what you're calling in for, whether it's a business problem or whether it's a legal problem or a combination of both. She's going to get you in the right direction. There's a solution here at Cotney Attorneys and Consultants for whatever the issue may be.
Absolutely.
Kelly's leading the charge on that. So Kelly, you also are speaking about our training. You've actually viewed, and I believe you may have taken the estimating training at this point. And I know you deal with a lot of clients calling in, like we have a lot of our regular law clients now that are moving on to taking training. Didn't realize we had offered that through our services. So about a little feedback. What did you think of the estimating training?
The estimating training is fantastic, and I say that unbiased. So the intermediate is actually really good. One of the great pieces of feedback we're getting is that this training is being used by people throughout all positions of our clients' companies. So it's not just estimators taking it. It could be maybe your sales team or even just an admin team or somebody on reception. So that way they can have a better understanding of what you guys actually do, what your business does, and how you can better service your clients. So it really is just an all-around good course to take to learn the fundamentals of roofing estimating and what your businesses are doing.
So I'm sure you learned a lot about the estimating world.
I know so much about estimating. Come to me with any estimating questions. No.
But I think
but yeah,
we're
we're hearing lots of good. Yeah, go ahead.
I think you hit a great point about how different positions are taking it. I know I've heard that there's administrative people that are taking it.
Yep.
And you being more, client service administrative role, when you were done with this, did you have a feeling that you understood better of what our clients are actually going through, right?
Absolutely. It really does go over the basics. So I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know much about roofing before I took this course, but I really do feel like I could definitely pick up the phone, have a conversation with somebody, maybe look at a set of blueprints and understand what I'm looking at. So it helps you with the fundamentals. That's the intermediate course, but of course there's different levels for if you're a little more advanced, and we're noticing people will start out with our intermediate and then move up to the advanced courses, sort of like it's going along with the series. So
yeah, and it makes total sense. Your intermediate is your hard skills, and your advanced is your soft skills, right? All the things go on: change orders, RFIs, proposals, selling skills, and then of course we have the director of estimating, which even, again, this is a great one to take within your company, even if you're not going to be a director estimating.
for sure.
It gives you a great management overview of how you would manage a team. So I
Exactly.
think you're going to learn a lot on that. And also, Kelly, I know we've sold some of our units in Spanish that we have available too.
We do.
correct?
Yep, we have, I believe we have our intermediate and advanced in Spanish
Both
now.
in Spanish, correct?
Yeah, so they're available in both languages. We really think that they're a great way to get, if you're getting a new hire on board, or if you really just want to standardize what you guys are doing across your company, so you're not having different estimates look different ways. So we're finding lots of success in getting people set up with these.
Excellent. And this week, We listen to our clients. So our customer base and client base has been asking us for the next step up, which would be project management. So we've just recently, as of Monday afternoon or Tuesday, I believe, we released our project management training program, and you get a certification. Anybody who takes it gets the title and the initials of a certified professional roofing project manager. It is an intense course, but it's easy to follow because we wrote it for what's important to the industry. I really encourage anybody who wants to advance their career, and if you're an owner of a company, it's going to really give you insight into how you should be running a project to make the most money that you possibly can for your company. And you're going to learn everything from scheduling to manpower resources, resources on equipment, resource management on materials, all the stuff you need to do, billings. There's a nice financial section in there teaching you how to read financials, how to job cost, how to track your jobs. I could go on and on. It's 14 modules filled with information. So Kelly, we just recently launched, and I'm pretty sure we've already sold some units, correct?
Yes, we have. We have people eager to sign up for the project management, and I think it's going to be a hit. Again, this is one that I think people not specifically in that role will be able to take and definitely learn something.
Excellent. So we're waiting to get some, we've had some people take it into trial. We got great feedback so far. Again, keep asking. We do have, just to give you, at the IRE, we're going to be previewing our next training, which will be coming out, which is at the superintendent level. So you're going to not only, this is a combination above what you would have as a crew leader or foreman, but just below working with the project manager. There's skills they need in both, and this is going to really train your level to go out and run your projects with multiple crews. Learn how to report back into your project management or ownership team. Learn how to deal with clients. Learn how to run your crews, multiple places and deal with it. So that's the next exciting one we got coming out. And that's only about a week away. So keep your eyes peeled. Speaking of IRE, we are going to be there. I know that we have 2 speakers that are going to be speaking at the National Women in Roofing Day, our conference they have. I think it's on Sunday. They both speak. I'm not sure on Saturday, but I think it's on Sunday. Lee Lipniskis here with our consulting side, and Ashley Poplin he's our attorney up in Charlotte area. They're both going to be there speaking on different items. I heard they're pretty well sold out already, so that should be exciting if you're going to that. Then, of course, always come meet Trent and I. We have other members of our team. We all have speaking engagements there. I'm speaking on Tuesday with the state of the industry coming up. We're doing a webinar next week, and then live on stage deep dive into the statistics in the industry. On Wednesday, I have my one on estimating, and then back up on Tuesday afternoon, we have a floor session with a couple other vendors on technology and advancement in training. It's out on the floor, so it's free to everybody. Come see that. And then, of course, Thursday, I'll be on with Trent and a few other people, guests on his panel on, dealing through the material and shortages and contracts, you name it. He, how Trent is. If you got a question and ask it, he's going to get you an answer. So you're going to enjoy that one. That's going to be really exciting. So those are things coming up. We'll be previewing there. Kelly, I'm going to jump to our question of the day in a minute because that's our favorite. But anything you want to close out on and add into this one?
Nope, we're good. I think we're just super excited to see everybody at these upcoming events. Check out shopcotney.com if you haven't already. There's tons of great resources, different trainings, materials, everything you got. But yeah, take it away, John.
Excellent. So as you know, our favorite time of the day is at the end of these, we get to our question of the day, question of the week. We guess we go. We still have a few backed up, but we have one here. This one is from David. David has a safety question. I've read it a couple times and I want to make sure I answer it correctly. So David's question was that he's hearing more and more contractors are going by the way of putting the parapet or the edge rails for safety systems around their roof. And he wanted to know what the advantages or disadvantages may be to using that type of system rather than just having the full tie-offs and the safety lines, the monitors, and the perimeter warning. So that is a very good broad-based question. You could answer it a bunch of different ways, but Dave, one thing I'm going to do is give you a look at it from the economics, the short and long-term issues, or actually advantages, we should say. So kind of looking at it, if you go So if you're not using a perimeter rail, which is basically railing your job in, so you're fully protected on fall protection. Then, of course, you have to minimally safety monitor, your perimeter flagpole systems. And then, of course, if you're outside of that, you should be, fully tied. You can use a monitor, but most companies, or even if you're working on new constructions, requiring full tie off almost everywhere now. So let's look at it as a full tie off. So it is, in the short term, more expensive to start out buying rails if you're converting over. So that's an expense, right? We know that. But the advantage to it is you'll actually pick up production and efficiency of the amount of output of work you can do, plus you're going to be working safer. So again, I don't want to make this that I'm advocating one over the other. It was a good question you had, and I'm just kind of giving you the facts. So from a strictly business standpoint, yes, you're probably going to have more like any original investment, but in the right circumstances, when you can use them, that's why roofers are moving to them, because one is you're lessening your chances of a violation if you can't have any problem with falling at all. You do have a little bit less to monitor as far as having the safety lines and the tie-offs correctly. So there are advantages to it. Sometimes it's used in combination. We have an area done with partly with the rails and an area with both. So there's a lot of things that we can do. So there is no big disadvantage, and that's where it's going at. So on that, David, I'm going to leave it at that. And if you have any further questions, contact me. I'll give you my email in a minute. I'm also happy to put you in contact with some of the manufacturers that sell these products, so you can really make that choice for yourself. It's definitely a personal choice, but it's very popular, and it is a trend we're seeing, contractors switching over to it and making the investment. So that being said, Kelly, thank you so much for being a special guest on here today.
Of course, thank
We
you for
wish
having
Trent well to stay warm up in Chicagoland, and all our customer roofers up there. Glad to get a chance to see Trent live up there, along with Trey Batcher's up there as well from our firm. So that being said, Kelly, let's hear one more time how they can get a hold of you if they got any questions.
Give me a call at 813-579-3272 or customer service at cotneycl.com.
Very good. Thank you. And you can get me, as always, at jkenny@cotneycl.com. I want to say thank you to everybody for joining us, making us the #1 podcast in construction law, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.
Thank you.